Hello, SJ Talks and Life coming back at you with another video. Still waiting on the sun, still waiting on springtime. I mean, it could show up any day now up here in Michigan. Steady being cloudy out, sun's not coming out like it should. So, just waiting on springtime to show up any day now. That would be nice. Still wearing my coat. It would be nice to take it off. Anyway, I know you guys have noticed that the gas prices have skyrocketed. In some places, they're over $5 a gallon. I think in California, gas prices are over $5. Let me know what the gas prices are. Hit me up and get the comment section. Let me know what the gas prices are in your city. Here, they're $4.30 something. It's $4.30 something a gallon here, I think. That's crazy. Last time I seen prices like that was back in 2008, 2009. And the last time that happened, the economy tanked. It literally tanked. It was a really bad time at that time. And food prices have skyrocketed. Food prices are very, very high. I went to the Myers store last week and went to grab a dozen of eggs, and they were over $3. And these was not the organic eggs. These were the regular eggs. The eggs, they were the eggs that are typically under $2. Yeah, there were the eggs that were typically under $2. They were over $3. I couldn't believe it. I said over $3 for a dozen eggs. So, even Aldi's and Save a Lot is the prices have went up in Aldi's and Save a Lot, and so food prices is crazy right now. It's crazy, man. And housing costs have went up all over the country, particularly in New York and California. What is up with these landlords increasing the price of doubling the price of rent? They're doubling it. I mean, in New York, you already gonna drop almost $2,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment, and then they want to increase it to, yeah. I mean, the housing costs in New York is very, very, very expensive. I mean, I watched this channel. This guy is by the name of Cash Jordan. He has a YouTube channel. He's like a real estate. He has a real estate company, I guess, in New York City, and he shows different apartments in New York. He's one of my favorite YouTubers on here. And if you check his channel out, his name is Cash Jordan. If you check his channel out, you wouldn't believe the cost of some of those apartments in New York. I don't even know how anybody can afford to even live in New York. I said I wouldn't mind living there for like a short period of time, just to see what it's like. I said it would be cool just to live there. I don't know about permanently, but like for a few months or whatever, just to see what it's like. You know, I wouldn't mind living there for a minute just to get the experience. You know, just to get that New York experience that New York life, just to see what it's like. But I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere no time soon, unless I start making beaucoup of money on YouTube. Because I can make New York my content. If I move to New York, I can make New York would be my content. But like I said, I'd have to be making beaucoup of money on YouTube in order for that to happen. Man, you wouldn't believe. I mean, and then their housing codes must be really lax over there. Their housing codes must be really lax because some of the apartments that he shows, they don't even have any countertops. Some of the apartments don't even have countertops. Really? I be in the comment section. I said I would cry in that kitchen. I would cry in this. I'll be like this one video he showed in the apartment. The kitchen literally didn't have any countertops. Literally, it's not even practical. It's like, cause I like to cook, you know. I said I would cry. I put in the comment section. I would cry in that kitchen. I would literally cry in that kitchen. And the closet spaces are so small. He showed this one closet that was so small. I said, I don't even know if I could get my butt. I'm thick, I don't even know if I could squeeze through, get in that closet to even. You reach in there, reach back out. The closet spaces in some of these apartments is just ridiculous. You can't live in New York and have a lot of clothes. You know, I guess they figure, well, after you get done dropping this money down for rent, you ain't gonna have no money to buy no clothes. After you get down dropping $2,000 or $3,000 a month for the rent, what kind of money you gonna have left to buy clothes? You just gonna have just enough to pay your rent, and you better hope that you can afford to get something to eat. Pretty much. So, I mean, and some of these apartments just be so tiny. I mean, they're tiny. They're just like a room. It's crazy. Cash Jordan here on YouTube. Check him out. He'll give you a little tour of he gives you a little tour of the neighborhood, and he shows you different apartments in different neighborhoods and boroughs, as they call them in New York. They call them boroughs, and he shows you the neighborhoods and stuff like that. And so, he like to say he's one of my favorite YouTubers on here. But the apartment housing costs are going up all over the country. In New York, California, they're going up all over the country. And what my concern is, we already have a really horrible homeless rate here in the United States that's getting worse and worse. And my concern is that the homeless rate is going to get even worse, because people are not going to be able to afford to pay all these high rents, and the salaries aren't going up. You know, it's like everything is going up. It's like it seems like the rich people are getting richer and the poor people are getting poorer. And I was thinking, I said, my thought is it's not going to be no more middle class. Middle class is going to be out. There's not going to be no more middle class. I think we're going to have three classes. We're going to have upper class, which is the rich people, the 1%, the middle upper class, which is the people under that, and the poor people. We only gonna have three classes. Ain't gonna be no more middle class. Middle class is gonna be gone. At the rate we're going with everything, there's not gonna be no more middle class. It's gonna be, you're gonna be poor class, low income, upper middle class, and upper class, and that's it. It's gonna be three classes, and in the middle class is gonna be non-existent. Ain't gonna be no more middle class. At the rate things are going, because the middle class is shrinking down into poverty. The people are in middle class are finding themselves shrinking down into lower class, into poverty, and and it's really, really rough out here. I mean, I think this system is set up to keep people poor. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know if you feel that way. This system is set up to keep people poor. This system is not set up the way this system is set up. And then you go to college, and they tell you to go to college and everything, but then people go to college and they can't even get a job with it depends on what you go to school in. You'd have to go to school for engineering or something like that, and it's still no guarantee you're gonna get a job. So they keep telling people to go to college, and then most of the time, people don't even have no money to go to college because you rack up all this. It's a setup. It's all a setup. It's all a racket. You rack up all this money, the student loan debt, and then when you do go out there and get a job, you're spending half of your income paying your student loans back. So as I recommend going to trade school and college, the young people. I wish I was a guidance counselor. I wish that I could get a job as a guidance counselor in a high school. I wish they would give me that job, because I would be telling these young people exactly how it is and what you want to go in liberal studies. You ain't gonna make no money going into that. You're wasting your time. I would let them know straight up. And it's this system. It just seems like it's a setup. It seems like it's a big setup, and it's set up the way to keep certain people in poverty. Because a lot of money, think about it now, a lot of money is made off of poor people. When you got your dollar stores and in the Dollar Tree is $1.25 now. I'm pissed about that. The Dollar Tree is $1.25 now. Dollar stores done went up, and there's certain stores and things that's marketed to poor people. You don't see no rich people. Ain't no rich people gonna be going to the Dollar Tree. I doubt it. I mean, let's face facts. Poor people go in shop in those stores. I mean, so the system is set up to keep people poor, to keep a certain percentage of the population poor. The money is made off of. It's really sad. This country, United States, is so greedy. There's so much greed in this country. It's just greed. And they say that this is the greatest country in the world. There's other countries that take care of their poor people. Their homeless rates are, I think Norway is one of the countries that take care of their poor people. And their homeless rates, if they even have homeless people at all, are very low because they take care of their poor people. You have countries out there where they take care of their poor people. They don't let people live like that. And what bothers me, this is another thing that bothers me. Now, I get it that there's a war in Ukraine. I get that. And I get it that those people need help. I get that. I understand that. And, I'm never going to I'm always an advocate of helping people. I like to help people. But I can't help nobody if I can't even help myself. You know what I mean? I can only help you if I can help myself. If I can't even help myself, how am I going to help somebody else? And that's what I'm saying. United States can't even take care of the people that they got here on the United States. They're not making sure that their people are straight first before they try to jump up and help somebody. They're always trying to jump up and help somebody else. But then they don't want to take care of the people that need help right here on American land. The people are sinking deeper and deeper into poverty. The homeless rates are going to skyrocket because people are not going to be able to afford these rent increases. They're not setting regulations on how much landlords can charge or how much percentage they can hike things up. They're not setting any guidelines or any limits or anything like that. Food, gas, everything. It's like they don't care. And then I was going back and forth with this one guy on a blog because we have a homeless problem here too, and in the next city, And, you know, I was going back and forth with this guy. This guy was like, well, put him in jail. I'm like, oh, so that's real nice of you to criminalize. I would make that a whole different video. But that's real nice of you to criminalize homelessness. Why are you going to arrest somebody for being homeless? See, they criminalize the homeless. And they say, well, they make a mess. And, well, he talking about put him in jail. We were kind of going back and forth. I said, come in. The police come in, and they're closed up their encampment, and they tell them that they have to leave. These people are on foot. They can't carry all this stuff, you know, that their belongings, the little bit they have left. They can't carry all that by hand, so they don't have a choice but to leave it there. And then they come in and pick up the mess and throw it away, and then people get mad because, oh, they're making a mess. That's what his argument was, that they should put them in jail for making a mess. Well, I said, well, they came in and forced them to leave their encampment. They came in and forced the homeless people to leave their encampment. They're on foot. They can't take all that stuff with them. They can only take what they can carry. They can't take all that stuff with them, so they're forced to leave the stuff there. So I told them maybe the police should go to jail for arresting the people. How about that? Maybe the police should go to jail for arresting the homeless people. Since when has homelessness been a crime? They criminalize homelessness and make it a crime. Since when has being homeless been a crime? And then they make housing costs so expensive that I was talking to my friend, you know, that he used to live in California, but now he's in Indiana. And he said that in San Francisco, $90,000 is poverty line. Yes, he said San Francisco is poverty. I can't believe it. $90,000 a year is poverty line in San Francisco. Can you believe that? But I'm gonna talk more about this in another video. This video wasn't supposed to be that long, but hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what the gas prices are in your city. What are your thoughts on how do you feel about everything going up high? They're talking about possible food shortages again. Talking about stocking up. I was looking at Elder's video the other day, and he's talking about we need to start stocking up. I said, yeah, but how are we going to stock up when food prices are so high? I don't know about you, but we have a hard time stocking up because food prices are so high. We can't barely afford to buy anything. Even beans are high. I mean, if you can find them, I mean, it's like, how are you supposed to stock up when the food prices are high? I said, so at the end of the day, we got to stay prayed up, people. We got to stay prayed up. I know we're in the last days. But let me know what your thoughts are on all this. Housing costs. Is the housing rates going up in your city, in your state? Just sound off in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are on all this. Some crazy times that we're living in. Okay, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Hit the subscribe button. Share, like, share. Notification, all that. Okay, until the next video, be blessed.